yourself some bargains. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Angus coming at you. Thank you so much for stopping by to click on this video. Welcome to episode 2 of BarGAINS. And remember that what this series is all about is basically, well, showing you how you can be beating the system in terms of understanding what stuff is actually worth, how much you should be paying for it, and saving a heap of coin, while also me dropping you some insights in terms of how you can be utilizing all sorts of different foods to be able to maximize your calories, enjoy food so much more. And all in all, love food shopping, because I'll tell you what, it's something I look forward to, whether I'm doing it by myself or with my mum or with anyone. Like, food is awesome. You should be looking forward to everything it is you're eating. And in today's video, I'm going to be unpacking all of these BarGAINS, so that way you can be, yeah, like, especially if you're an international subscriber or viewer, you can be seeing the sort of stuff we have here in Australia. And obviously, if you are local to Australia and you have a Coles or Woolies or whatever, it'll give you new ideas for stuff that you can be looking out for to be able to, yeah, maximize your calories and macros and be keeping goals like an absolute boss. So let's start unpackaging this stuff and yeah, have some fun. Bag one, let's get stuck into it. We have a pre-made salad bowl. This one here retails for $5. Got it for $2.50. So obviously, if you're a working individual that works in an office or whatever, you could easily just have one of these with obviously some sort of meat that you've pre-cooked that you bought sliced, and there you go. You got yourself an epic lunch. Or in my case, I'll be using this as a base for a salad to add a whole heap of different other stuff too. This here at the moment in Australia, we have a whole heap of cool different chocolate flavors in terms of Cadbury that they've been releasing. This one here is a new one that I haven't actually tried before. It's a creamy hazelnut version, so I'm guessing hopefully if they're on point, it should taste like Nutella. And yeah, this one here comes in, so per 4 squares, 1.7 grams of protein, 9 grams of fat, and 12 grams of carbs. So not too bad. Anyone should be able to fit in 1 to 2 rows of this in their calories and macros with ease, without necessarily going over their targets. Got myself some 99% fat-free traditional mayonnaise. This is one of the lowest calorie mayonnaise that is on the market at Woolies. Tastes absolutely amazing. Has less fat than any of the other low-fat mayonnaise alternatives that I've seen. So if you're keen to beef up your salads with some flavor, boom, get amongst that. I'm going to be making a recipe video for the channel over the weekend, so I'm going to be using both of these for that. This Kabani yogurt here, you'll see, is one of the highest protein, and pretty much actually is the highest protein yogurt you can get. Naturally, because it's plain flavor, it doesn't really taste like too much, so that means it's a great foundation to be able to add some protein powder to make a sick dessert, or add some stevia to or whatever if you're keen to just have it by itself with like some frozen berries. And then this here is the lowest calorie cream cheese that we have in Western Australia. Obviously in America, you guys have fat-free cream cheese, you lucky bastards, whereas we do not. So keep an eye out for that if you're keen to use some cream cheese in you know, some baking or cooking. Got amongst this for 60% off. So as you can see, got it for $1.18, which is an absolute bargain. So this is obviously made with coconut, has some cool seeds and nut stuff and whatever, so that apparently makes it #super. So it's dairy free, coconut yogurt, gluten free, whatever. Has 1,067 kilojoules per thing. I hate it how they do that. Why can't they just write calories, because who uses kilojoules anyway? And yeah, it's actually pretty sick. I haven't tried one of these before. Next up we have this Wattle Valley sun-dried tomato and basil dip, and it is dip, so obviously with dips you can, well, dip stuff into it. Me personally, I don't really use dips too much. I just like to add dips to salads, so that way to be able to add a heap of extra flavour and a bit of extra creaminess about the salad as well. So that way obviously, well, hey, tastes better, right? This meat here is the next one I want to show you guys. I've literally grabbed almost half the pack to cook already, but this is by the guys at Perfectly Balanced. So these meatballs have got beef, sweet potato and kale. You can just cook them in the pan with oil and add that to salads, or have it as like, you know, main meat source for whatever meal you're making. It does taste amazing. It even has 4 stars in terms of Old Mate Health Star rating as well, so go figure. With good macros, so if you see that special, definitely get amongst it. Got some more meat. This here is lamb sausages. These are normally $8. Got them for $3.20. And per single sausage, they've only got 155 calories, so obviously not quite as low calories and macros and whatever as kangaroo sausages, but hey, still a heck of a lot less than your conventional beef sausages, which are typically loaded, because obviously it has a lot of extra fat with the protein. You know what I mean? This here is another salad bowl. This one here is a superfood salad bowl. So I'm guessing they call it super because it does contain some kale, and it's got a few edamame beans, and also contains some seeds. But as you can see there, this one here, got that for a mega bargain, almost half price. This stuff is really tasty, so you can just have it as is in terms of combining all the stuff together, or in my case, because it's got dried cranberries and sweet things and some yogurt dressing, all I do with that is just add a couple of extra pieces of fruit, maybe some cucumber and stuff, and then a bit of meat, and then bazinga, got a big ass feed right there. For those of you who don't have the calories to play with, to have full-blown normal pasta, whatever sort of variety it is, this is where it's a great alternative to be able to opt for some zucchini noodles, or zoodles as we like to call them. So this whole pack, for example, has 46 calories, which isn't too bad given that it's 250 grams of weight. So it's just a means of literally sauteing that in the pan for a couple of minutes with a bit of olive oil, and you got yourself some gains right there. I came across this today, which I've never seen before, obviously because it's winter now in Western Australia. We've got a whole range of different soups and stuff that are coming out. This one here is hearty Mexican style chili bean and brisket soup, which you'll see I got for a decent special. And the macros for this are really, really good. Like, we're talking for the whole thing, it has 238 calories even though it weighs 500 grams. So that in itself is not necessarily a meal. Like, it's got 8 grams of protein, so you'd want to add some other stuff to it, but really, really decent, and I'm excited to try that one. So if you follow me on social media, I'm sure I'll probably be reviewing that, so keep yourselves an eye out. Now, the BarGAINS haul continues. I got myself this, which I've never seen before as well. This is dairy-free, soy-free, everything-free yogurt. So obviously that's something that is vegan-friendly, it's gluten-free, whatever. So I've never tasted this before. It's strawberry flavor. Hasn't got as epic calories or whatever as your boys Kabani do. But in terms of this, per 100 grams, per 150 grams, it's got 108 calories, and decent fat, decent protein, decent carbs. So it's not the best macro-friendly yogurt in the world, but for the sake of the fact that it was $7 and I got it for $1.20, that's what we call #winning right there, if you know what I mean. So I got 2 tubs of that. Really, really excited for those. For those of you who drink like protein shakes and whatever ready-made, you can see here that I got Old Mate's Kabani. They have a variety of ones. I believe they've got vanilla. They've got a couple other different flavors as well. But for this whole thing, this has got 208 calories and it's got 30 grams of protein. So really, really excited to try that. And if it tastes good, given that it has, a heap of amino acids and basically hasn't really got much fat at all, and it has a few carbs, that's pretty decent given that it's got no artificial sweeteners as well. So yeah, like I typically find that when I have like Masashi or muscle milk or whatever, that they leave a really gross aftertaste in my mouth, whereas I'm hoping that's not the case with this. Got some cheap apples, as you guys are aware, like I like to use apples in salads and stuff like that. If you can follow me on social media, I pretty much have apples with my salads and stuff all the time. So as you can see here, I've got a nice big 1 kg slab of apples, normally $5.90, got it for $2.30, so that's awesome right there. This lovely bad boy here, this is sort of like when you open up a jar or something or whatever and you want to put like a little thing over the top. These are normally $5, I got it for 70 cents, so winning right there. This here is kind of like, not necessarily, it's like it's a blend of, as you can see here, cane as well as stevia. So awesome way to be able to get in some sweetness to coffee or to smoothies, or you know, when you bake stuff and whatever. So per stick it has 8 calories. So for me, I don't even bother tracking something like that. Obviously, if I was prepping and deep in a cut, I would. But really good way to be able to make something sweet without necessarily adding sugar. So that is bag 1 done. Now we'll move on to bag 2. Because I only brought with me 2 bags to the shops, I actually had to buy 2 more bags, which are in like 10 cents each. But here we've got Abbott's Valley. This bread here is literally my favorite bread at the moment. So tasty. It's amazing. You know, obviously just by itself and kind of like to have as like a sandwich or whatever. I sometimes use this to make French toast. Per 2 slices, it has almost 8 grams of protein, but what's really awesome is that it has 5 grams of fiber as well, which is pretty decent. So if you ever see that on special, check it out. Highly recommend. Let's see what else we've got. We've got this here. You guys have probably been aware that you can get cauliflower rice. Here is a cauliflower, sweet potato, and broccoli rice. So obviously with that, it's just a means of nuking it in the microwave, and basically just heat it up for 2.5 minutes. So for the whole pack, it has 100 calories. So absolutely awesome if, say for example, you can't fit in rice very easily into your calories and you can't justify it, opt for one of these instead, and that would be a great alternative for you. Alright, now I did get a few of them. I also got just some normal plain standard cauliflower rice, which I'll have to be using over the course of today and tomorrow because it's approaching its use by date, but that was $3.50 and I got for $1.30. So decent bargain right there if there ever was one. Got another pack of the cauliflower rice, another pack of the cauliflower rice, so pretty much bought everyone that there was and didn't leave any for anyone else. Sometimes I do like to leave stuff for other people and be a conscious human, but today I was not that person. Got myself a couple of these. These are fruit platters. Normally $5 these suckers are. In terms of what it's actually got, you can see there it's got various compartments of various fruit. I like to basically just, either eat these just as it is, or you can actually freeze it as is to be able to put into smoothies for some easy carbs and some extra fiber. So this was $5. I got one for $1.60, and I believe I got another one hiding somewhere as well. Now the rest of what contains in this bag is just some different salads. So if I were you, basically it's just a means of, like, whenever you see salad stuff is special, get it. It's very low in calories, lots of fiber most of the time, and an easy way to bulk up your meals for not very many calories. So this here is one of my favorites. This is a rainbow coleslaw. Also got just a basic bag of rocket and spinach for really cheap as well. And then got a couple more. Got this one here, which is a premium crunchy salad kit. As you can see, it's got like beetroot and some spinach and stuff like that. Got this for $1.10. It's normally $5.50. So goodness only knows how they think that people will pay $5.50 for something like that when it hasn't actually got that much exciting stuff in it. This one here is more so like it's a Thai style one, so I think it's Thai style because it does come with a little like Thai dressing thing or whatever, but this one here was $5. Got that for $1.60, which is sick. And then this here is the other fruit platter that I mentioned. So as I said before, you can just eat that as is, which is obviously great for convenience, or you can bomb it into the freezer and use it for smoothies and hack the system right there rather than paying through the roof for a boost juice, which is just overpriced fucking sugar if I'm honest. So we are halfway there, boys and girls. Now we have bag number 3. So for those of you who eat cereal, obviously normal cereal usually has quite a lot of sugar and is basically just carbs and fat. It's quite rare to have one that is actually quite high in protein. So my favorite cereals are Nutri-Grain, and what I got here as well, extra fiber, Special K. And this is obviously something that has decent protein. And like as you can see here, like for a cup, it has 5 grams of protein and almost 6 grams of fiber as well, which is insane. Like, and normally $4.70 for a box, which isn't really too bad, but I got up to 75 cents, which is one of the best bargains of the day in my opinion. So I got 2 boxes of that. Let's put that there so it's out of the frame. There we go. Now moving on, we've got a oh, there's the receipts. Just the one that is just full of bargains, so it is. Put that over there. Now I've got a bag of carrots. If I were you, don't pay full price for normal carrots. Try and find the one that says Odd Bunch, because you can get it for almost half price most of the time, even when it's not on special. So I believe I got that whole bag for 90 cents. And obviously they're kind of like a little bit dented or whatever, but at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're just going to be cooking it or eating it, so who cares, right? Pantry staple is for me chickpeas as well as black beans and stuff. So these black beans, these chickpeas are always 80 cents from Old Mates Woolies. So versatile. You can be like, at the moment what I've been doing is just cooking them in the pan with like some oil, some salt and pepper and a bit of paprika. Some chili flakes, goes down a treat in salads, or even just as is, literally. Like, they're so nice and a really good source of fiber. Got some asparagus, normally almost $3 a bunch. I got for just over $1, you can see. So my plan with this is to, like, I don't normally have asparagus because I find it pretty boring, but I'll be basically chopping off the stems of that and sauteing them and probably having it as like a side component to some red meat or something like that. Now I'm going to have to lean over for this because we're running out of room, but got 2 bags of broccolini, or not really bags, but 2 bunches, if you will, of broccolini. At the moment, at the time of filming this video, these were $1.80 a bunch. So obviously, you know, if you've ever cooked that, it's just a means of basically boil it for 3 to 4 minutes and yeah, like sort of drain it, put some salt and pepper on it. And then if I were you, basically just saute it on the pan with some oil and salt and pepper. Keep it simple, and that will taste absolutely awesome. We're talking better than the, you know, $5 that you're going to pay for it at a restaurant, because let's face it, they milk us and we get it at that sort of place. Cucumbers, I got myself 3. Once again, really good for bulking up salads, given that it's, well, yeah, a water-based vegetable. Pretty much just carbs, so if you have like 150 grams, it's going to have like 10 to 15 calories, so really good way to be able to bulk up your salads for not many calories. Here's an example of some YOLO gains. These are normally $3, got it for $1.80. These lovely little M&M cookies, as you can see. So fairly easy to eat a whole bag, but to be honest, any of us could. But basically it says that per 8 cookies, it has 3 grams of protein, 13 grams of fat, and 42 grams of carbs, so not really too bad in the scheme of things when we talk about the world of cookies, especially if like we do it in comparison to Subway cookies, which are some of the most calorie loaded cookies in existence. How do I know that? Because hey, truth bomb, I used to work at Subway when I was fresh out of school for a while, and basically kind of got fired and replaced by a younger individual, given that I was only working casual. So fun fact for y'all. Avocados, these are obviously a great source of fats and fiber, not really a good source of protein like some people say, kind of like how nuts are pretty much a good source of fat, not really a good source of protein. These are on special at the moment at Woolies, being 2 for $3, so check that out. Also at Woolies, this is something that I wanted to kind of test myself in terms of cooking skills. I got a couple of bags of Brussels sprouts. Now obviously for a lot of us, we've got bad childhood memories of Brussels sprouts. My goal with this, in terms of what I'm thinking, is to marinate these and air fry them with like a sweet barbecue-y type marinade, and just air fry them to see if they taste nice, because if I can get that right, like in terms of like, it's got that low amount of calories, it doesn't even have a nutrition label on the back, so you see what I mean? Little hacks like that are awesome ways to be able to make vegetables tasty and to be able to hit your fiber targets with ease, because I find that people often under-eat enough fiber and don't eat anywhere enough plants because they struggle to make it taste nice. So got another bag of Brussels sprouts here, so they're normally $5.90, and your boy over here got them for $2.30 per 500 grams, so that's a hashtag bargain right there as well.
You haunted, the doubt in you was enough.
if you're enjoying the video so far. Give it a like and let us know what you love most about food shopping. Or one up, let us know if you prefer shopping at Woolies, Woolies as I call it, or Coles. Now, also got some pears. Believe it or not, pears have actually got less calories per 100 grams than apples, which is interesting. So got this whole bag, which is 1 kg of pears for $1.40, boys and girls. So pears are very versatile as well, just like apples. You can chop them up as a great sweet component to your salads, or just like in MasterChef style, you can boil them after you've peeled it and utilize it as a great dessert to be able to get in some nice sweetness for not many calories. And then last but not least, in terms of finishing up this haul, we have some watermelon, which in my opinion is one of the most awesome fruits in existence for when you are cutting or when you are on low calories, because well, like, you can eat really half of this, like 450 grams or 500 grams for like just over 100 calories. Like, it's so easy to get a lot of volume of this in for not many calories. So when I'm eating at deficit days, which is going to be me for Sunday and Monday, maybe even Tuesday, in terms of how I cycle my calories, I love to eat watermelon for dessert alongside things like diet jelly and some other fruit, maybe even some cereal, some yogurt. So really good as a snack, or you can be using it as a as a dessert if I was you as well. So let me just do a nice little pan for you guys so you can see how well we scored here in terms of the BarGAINS haul. So from memory, I got all of this for just over $60. So in terms of savings, insane amount of savings as well. And that's just simply because, well, A, maximizing the clearance section, and then B, knowing what to look for, knowing how much stuff should and shouldn't cost, and then just, basically eating what you desire to be able to meet your specific, targets. And that's the whole idea as to how you can be making flexible dieting work for you, is having an awesome variety of the stuff that you're eating, and keeping enjoyment levels as high as possible as you go about doing so. Now there we go, that is the end of another episode of the BarGAINS food hauls. Really hope you enjoyed this episode, and obviously because this is only episode 2, I'd really appreciate if you drop in the comment section below. Give me some feedback, let us know what you loved and didn't like about this video, so that I can be making sure that these are more valuable for you and you're seeing what you want to see. As you can tell, I love food, I love food shopping, like obviously click and collect and stuff like that obviously makes things easy, but let's be honest, like if you're just doing click and collect, you miss out on the opportunities to be able to get BarGAINS like all this that you see here. So some awesome insight in terms of how to make food work for you. As you can see, like, there's a wide range here of nutrient rich, nutrient poor food, and everything in between, and that's the way that the flexible dieting game, in terms of what enables you to be able to build a lifestyle out of this, which is having a great mix of that nutrient rich food, so fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, and minimally processed stuff, right the way through to old made Cadbury chocolate over here, like these M&M cookies, and just like making it work for you in terms of your balance, so that way you are becoming the master of moderation rather than being trapped in the box that is restriction and just becoming a binge eater and all this sort of shit over time. So do me a favor, if you're a returning subscriber, like the video, comment below, let us know, just I guess your experience with food shopping, and if you love it or if you hate it. And if you're new to the channel, highly suggest you subscribe. I'd love to see you hang around and check out some other videos and hang around for more videos that are coming. There's going to be a sick recipe video following this one, and some more cool content-based videos, and some cheat days coming up, so get excited. And lots of cool, awesome stuff to be checking out, especially if you're following me on social media. Make sure you check out my links below, just in the description of this video. Lots of cool stuff to check out in terms of following me in my journey, as well as some sick free and paid resources you can check out to help you to, become the master of flexible dieting, and killing it in terms of the progress game like me. Once again, big love, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time in the YouTube world. Peace.